Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Karina and thank you for joining me today. Today I wanted to talk about PCOS weight loss. First of all, I just want to preface this by saying I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a medical professional, so everything I have done here has been done under my own research, my own experience, and tips that I've kind of gained through my own journey. So obviously, if you have any medical conditions, you have been diagnosed with PCOS, you should obviously talk to your doctor. These are just things that have worked for me and my own journey, okay? But I just want to first of all acknowledge losing weight with PCOS is very, very hard. It is significantly harder to lose weight with PCOS than it is to lose regularly if you're not diagnosed with PCOS. PCOS is a hormonal condition. It makes it super, super hard. And I've definitely had a journey with PCOS. People, they don't understand, so if you have PCOS and you're here, I get it. Okay, first kind of give you an overview of my own journey. So I was diagnosed with PCOS in 2022. And I would say from 2022 till the end of 2023, I tried everything I could to lose the weight that I had gained during my diagnosis. I had gained about 25 pounds off of my regular comfortable weight. And I also had symptoms like acne. I had a lot of acne. I had a lot of mood swings, irregular cycles, you name it. I had all those symptoms and I was diagnosed and I was told to get on to different medications. I was told to do a lot of tests for other things, and I was very freaked out, okay, by my diagnosis. And so instead of jumping on birth control or other medications for PCOS, I decided to consult with someone else, a different doctor, and that doctor suggested that maybe I take the holistic route, which is more of like a lifestyle route, which seemed better for me. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take the holistic route, the natural route, and if it doesn't work or I still have these really bad symptoms, I will go back, get on the medications, whatever. So it's been a journey, okay? And in my recovery to reverse a lot of the symptoms I had with PCOS, I lost about 20 to 25 pounds of fat, and I was able to regulate my cycle. I was able to lose the mood swings and just feel better, happier. And I just want to share with you how I did it in case you're also in the same boat and you're struggling with the symptoms mainly pertaining to weight loss. First of all, I don't think people understand how big of an impact stress makes on your body. Stress is such a key component in your health when it comes to weight loss, because stress affects your cortisol. When your cortisol is high, it leads to a myriad of bad things going on in your body. It can cause inflammation, cause you to gain weight, hold on to water weight, cause you to break out. It can even cause you to lose your hair. It can cause you, of course, to be irregular with your cycle, but of course it will cause you to gain weight and hold on to that weight. So stress levels are huge. If you're looking to lose weight with PCOS, you need to find a way to reduce your stress. I know it sounds ridiculous because you might think, well, stress is something I feel. How does it affect me physically? And that's the same thing that I thought, that how is something that I feel affecting my physical body? And it really does. As a woman, you have to understand you are run by your hormones on a monthly cycle. Okay, that's why around our period, we get very, very, very emotional. We might have cravings, and we are just not ourselves. And that's how strong our hormones are. Stress interferes with those hormones. So if you have a hormonal condition already like PCOS, and on top of that, you live a very stressful lifestyle, you're in a very stressful situation in your life, that will add to your struggle to lose weight with PCOS. So for me, I was in a situation in my life where around the time I was diagnosed, I was in a very difficult, stressful situation with a specific individual. And when that individual was no longer in my life, and that situation was no longer in my life, is when I started to see my body finally heal and change. So it doesn't have to be a relationship for you. It could be literally a job, it could be family dynamics, it could be your environment. And I understand that it's not easy to just get up and leave something, right? I get it, it's not easy. But if you have something that's very stress inducing in your life, find a way to decompress from that on a daily basis. Find a way to give yourself mental and physical relaxation and really de-stress. And that doesn't mean going on your phone and watching TikTok. It really means like finding ways to lower your stress levels, finding natural ways to lower your stress levels. If you can't eliminate the thing in your life that's causing you that much stress, then find a way to decompress from it on a daily basis, because that is the number one most important thing that helped me. And the minute that thing was gone from my life, that was the first thing I started to see, was the weight started to come off a lot easier because my stress levels were now lower. So trust me, stress does take a toll on your body. It will age you, it will ruin your body, it will wreck with your hormones. Women are differently wired than men, and they can handle stress and stressful situations way more than we can. We're not equipped to deal with it physically the way they are. And even if you have to deal with a stressful situation, find a way to decompress from it. If you can't, for me personally, I decompress through skincare. Like, I love my skincare routine. I'm very into, like, now for me, I protect my peace so much. I don't entertain people who are stressful in my life. The minute I sense stress in a situation, if I cannot solve it then and there, and it's continuing to bring me stress, I don't let it into my life, because you may not think that it wrecks with your health. It quite literally wrecks with your health. How is it not wrecking with your health if you're missing your period, or you're gaining weight and you're holding on and you're uncomfortable in your body? Okay, stress is very, very important. So lower your stress levels, lower your cortisol. Okay, number 2, this is more of a lifestyle change, was I started limiting gluten and dairy, and I eat it in moderation. I'm not telling you to completely eliminate it, because I understand that it's not feasible for the rest of your life. Gluten and dairy are very inflammatory foods that you put into your body, and dairy has hormones. And when you already have a hormonal condition and you're then eating something with hormones, it just, you could see how that wouldn't work, right? But it's very inflammatory. It messes with your hormones. So try to limit how much you eat. I don't say cut it out completely, because it's not realistic. When you have PCOS, you have it for the rest of your life. And it's not realistic to put yourself on these harsh diets or restrictive eating patterns. It's not realistic. Like, you have to do things that you can do for the rest of your life. Limiting gluten and dairy is something I do as much as I can. But when I go out with my friends, or I go out on date night, of course I eat pasta, I eat pizza, I'll have cake, I'll have ice cream. Of course, you can't not do the fun things in life, but just try to do it in moderation and be more conscious about gluten and dairy, because it is very inflammatory, and you definitely don't need that in a body that's already dealing with a hormonal condition. So I would say limiting gluten and dairy is more realistic. So for example, if you put milk in your coffee every morning, maybe switch to almond milk or oat milk or cashew milk, whatever, non-dairy alternative. It's the small things. Just, you don't have to make these big changes. Like, maybe instead of buying the regular store-bought pasta, you buy the gluten-free pasta. Or, if you go to Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or even Target or Walmart, they have a whole aisle of just gluten-free options. I mean, if you love to eat sandwiches, continue eating sandwiches. Just eat a gluten-free sandwich. Do you know what I mean? So you don't have to like cut bread out, cut this out, cut that out. It's all about making little changes every single day that's going to make a bigger impact on your body in the long run, okay? Number 3, this is so important when it comes to PCOS. Consistent working out over perfection. I feel like when we are on a journey to lose weight, lose fat, we have this very rigid plan in front of us, right? Like, we have to be running every single day, run 6 miles, do HIIT workouts, do this, that. And it's like, that is not feasible for a woman with PCOS. We are already so sensitive to stress, and if you stress your body out with these really intense workouts, you're gonna face burnout, and you're not gonna want to work out at all, and your body's gonna need more recovery to like kind of compensate for that cortisol that you spike during a very intense workout. So instead, what I would suggest for you is start small. I'm at a place right now where I've lost the 25 pounds, and now my strength levels, my stamina is so much more higher, right? I can do workouts now that I crave to do harder workouts now because I already reached my goal of how lean I wanted to be. But when I was starting my journey of wanting to lose that extra weight, I could not do workouts like I do now. I had to build myself up to this. At that time, I was doing like, 10 minutes a day. I understand that we all have schedules, and like for me personally, at the time I was trying to lose the weight, I was a full-time student, and I was also doing like 30-hour-a-week internships. I was commuting to college and my work every single day, and it was just not feasible for me or realistic for me to go to the gym for an hour every single day. So what I did was I would get up maybe 30 minutes earlier and do like a 10-minute workout on YouTube, like 10-minute ab workout, 10-minute arm workout. And when I had time, I would go to the gym and I would really, spend my time in the gym. And what I focused on was doing workouts that made me feel good, not pushing myself. Again, working out, like you should do workouts that make you feel good because it's easier to stick to it in the long run. I understand that we have these big goals and we want to get to it super fast. You want to lose the weight super fast. You want to be in our bikini body, but that's not going to help you in the long run. Start small. Like if you're not used to working out every single day, do the things you like. Believe it or not, I have not done a single HIIT workout in my weight loss journey. When I was struggling to lose the weight for a year, I was doing workouts every single day that were challenging me, that were hard, that were way too intense for the level that I was at the time. And the weight was not budging because I would do it for like a week and I'd be so burnt out and I just didn't want to do it again. But when you focus on consistency, 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, you're gonna start craving that little spike of dopamine you get when you work out. So just start small. Like if that means you go for a 10-minute walk every single day and that's what feels good to you, do that. And eventually your body is going to start craving more and more of a challenge. But don't just jump into it, and then you're gonna be so burnt out, you're not gonna work out at all. I highly, highly recommend, if you have a busy lifestyle, you have a busy schedule, and you just cannot even get yourself to drive to the gym after work, before work, I would say do at-home YouTube workouts. I love, love, love Lily Sabri. If you look her Pilates channel up, she has a lot of at-home Pilates workouts. She has 5-minute workouts, 20-minute workouts. She has workouts like the no jumping alternatives if you live in an apartment complex and you don't want to bother your neighbors. She has like standing ab workouts, sitting ab workouts. She has cardio sessions. Look up at-home workouts. Another form of at-home workouts I love a lot is I love an at-home dance workout. Oof, if you're in a bad mood and you just need to shake that energy off, like the Fitness Marshall, he has so many fun at-home dance workouts, and just like close your door, put it on, just like have fun. Again, focus on workouts that make you feel good. Don't worry about the weight. Just worry about moving your body and feeling good, because that is exactly what your body needs. The same way stress can affect you physically and make you gain weight, the same way that happiness and that dopamine, that serotonin, is going to make your body feel relaxed and release that stress, release that water weight, release that inflammation. Okay, so focus on workouts that make you feel good on a daily basis instead of just like having this rigid plan. You don't need to go in rigid with it. Do the things that make you feel good. If that just means for 2 months, you're just gonna walk for 20 minutes every single day, do that. Because I promise you, walking, you will see results. I promise you, okay? When I started focusing on workouts that make me feel good instead of really killing myself and pushing myself, that's when I saw the weight drop like this. Like, trust me, as a girl with PCOS, those feel-good hormones are the key to so much more than you think, okay? And the last thing kind of ties into the first thing is prioritizing rest. Oh my God. I'm going to mention it again. We are so sensitive to cortisol spikes. We are so sensitive to mood swings. We are so sensitive to so many things as women with PCOS that it's very normal to have insomnia. It's very normal to have fatigue. We feel our symptoms around our period more than the average woman does. So rest is so important, okay? if getting 8 hours of sleep means that you do not go to the gym in the morning, get your 8 hours, okay? Get your 8 hours and schedule better next time. Like, once I started prioritizing rest, the women who prioritize rest will be extremely lean. Notice this. And rest doesn't mean just like sitting on your butt on the couch. It means getting a good night's sleep will help you so much, because rest is where your body really recovers from all the work you've been doing. That's why, have you noticed, if you work out for a week, you won't see results at the end of the week, but when you take that weekend off, the following Monday, you're like, wait, I look so good. Because when you work out every single day, sometimes you do need to have those rest days for your body to kind of like, take inventory of what you've been doing. And rest is so, so important. Trust me, it helps lower your cortisol levels, and you need to start prioritizing a good night's sleep. And not just for weight loss, but just for everything. Everything sort of ties in together. Your mood swings to weight loss to the way you age and your skin conditions, it all kind of ties in, and everything has a domino effect where if you lose the weight, it's going to help clear up your skin, but if you sleep enough, it's also going to help regulate your mood, which is in turn going to help your weight loss. So it all is like a little web of really taking care of yourself. Rest is a very, very important thing for women, and I think because I live in America, and in America the hustle culture is so it is such a big thing, right? Like, everyone's bragging about how hard they work. And I would say, like, when I was getting no sleep for the first, I'd say like 6 months of this year, I was still seeing results in my body because I was doing all the other things that I told you guys. But when I finally graduated and I had some time off to really rest, my body went to the next level. And not just that, it made me happier. Sometimes you're not depressed, you're not anxious, you just haven't had enough sleep. And as women, we need rest, okay? We are not built like men for a reason. Our bodies, this 9-to-5 world was not built for the average woman. We live in it, we have to survive, we have to work, I get it, but try to find ways where you can really honor your needs as a woman, which is rest. Rest and recovery, R&R, trust me. And not just that, it will make you more beautiful because your skin will have more time to repair, your hair will get thicker, like it will just make everything better because you're giving your body the downtime it needs to repair itself and to prepare you for the next day or whatever. So these are my tips, and I hope they help you guys. And just understand that it took me about, I'd say from the end of 2023 till now. So I'd say like 1.5 years to get to where I am in my goal. And it also, I'd say like the biggest thing, the mindset I want you to have is I want you to do this for yourself because you love yourself, not because you hate yourself. I get it. When I gained those 25 pounds, it snuck up on me. I didn't even realize that I was gaining that weight because it kind of just sneaks up on you, And I felt so uncomfortable in my skin, and I just wanted to look the way I look now. I just wanted to look the way I look now in a month. But I couldn't hate myself into changing. The mindset that really helped me adopt to lose that extra weight was, you know what, Karina, I want this for future me because I love her and I want her to feel good in her skin. Do this because you love yourself and you want to feel good in your skin and be confident in the best version of yourself, not because you hate yourself. Love yourself into changing yourself. Don't hate yourself into changing yourself because that's just never gonna work. You need to love yourself where you're at right now. And every single day you follow these steps and you adopt these mindsets and you adopt these strategies is going to get you closer and closer to your goals. And there's going to be off days, and you need to honor your off days as well. If you don't want to work out on the first or second day of your period, I don't ever work out the first or second day of my period. And I had no trouble losing the weight because I just chose to honor what my body needed, and I chose to honor myself. So just, love yourself into doing this. Don't hate yourself into losing the weight, and be consistent. Consistency over everything, and be gentle with yourself. The minute I stopped being mean to myself, the minute I stopped being so harsh on myself and letting myself do what felt right in the moment is truly when I saw the changes in my body, and when I started to put myself first, when I stopped taking on unnecessary stress from other people's lives, dealing with friendship drama, relationship drama, is when I really truly saw how not dealing with other people's bullshit is actually going to make you physically healthier. And I know it's so strange to think that way, that how does something emotional and something that makes me feel a certain way affect my physical body? The same thing I told you in the beginning, the same way stress impacts you physically, even though stress is a feeling, the same way happiness and relaxation and peace will impact you physically in a positive way. And don't underestimate the power of how your emotions will dictate the way you look. So focus on being happy and focus on doing this because you love yourself, not because you hate yourself. Okay, and I promise you will see a change. That's all I have for you today. I hope this helps you, and yeah, let me know what else you would like to see. Until then, take care, stay safe. Love you.